To NURFM 103.7. Time to have a look at all of the things in terms of technology we could be looking at. We do that as part of our No Sweat Tech segment with Verena Franz from Grandaids. Verena, thank you so much for joining us again today. We're covering a lot of things. We did passwords, a lot of people asking about that last week, so well done.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Basically going just through a whole setup, all the things you should think about when you get some.
And this is the big one. This is the one that probably will set you up for the next couple of years. What sort of phone should I buy? Now, we know that I guess there's a couple of the big players out there, but really there are a zillion different phones and plans and things to choose from.
And that's really the confusing part, isn't it? Like, there's so much to choose from. Where do you even start? I think most people rely on a phone they've seen their friends use that they seem to be happy with. And actually, that's a good way to go about it because you have that first-hand experience review.
I guess particularly if they're doing a lot of the same things that you are, like if they're heavy on camera and video as an example, they can sort of, guide you a little bit there. But what are some of the things that we should be looking at and putting on our checklist to determine what sort of phones are probably going to be most optimal for our own use?
Yeah, well, absolutely. So I think some people go by, if I use something every day, I'm happy to spend like $1 on it each day, and they sort of set their budget up around that way. If you think about that, if you use a phone for 2 years, that would be $300 to $600 sort of on a budget. But if you use it all day, every day, you're probably more happy to spend even more money on it.
Oh, I think I'm in that second category, which means I'm up for more money.
Yeah. But what do you need the phone for is really what you should ask yourself, and what's my budget? And do I need a lot of storage on it? Am I going to take 5,000 photos? Am I going to just take videos every day? Then you might want to have a storage solution or more built-in storage. But it's also good just to be informed if your phone has an SD card slot, because then you can buy the lesser storage phone that costs a lot less and just get an SD card instead and extend the storage.
Not a bad way of thinking. You see, like you said, you get all those cameras, the photos and videos, you punt them off to the card, and then you got all your phone storage again.
But I think right now, for most people that are new to the smartphone market, because smartphone is sort of that word that we're looking for everyone who needs to scan QR codes, which is now everyone. If you want to still participate in our everyday society.
It's either that or turn up with the pen and pencil and write your name in. So I think most of us are scanning. So I guess smartphones are the thing. What about for those maybe in the seniors end that are just using, I guess, a little bit? I guess they don't have to necessarily spend $1 zillion.
That's exactly what I want to touch on today. That you can actually get a decent phone from about $180. And I've come across this amazing senior smartphone in my line of work, which is the Opel Easy Smart 2. You can get it at the post office or JB Hi-Fi, and it's about $200, and it has just very uncomplicated big buttons on the screen, and it's just so self-explanatory. I really recommend it for anyone who's like 70, 80 plus, has never had a smartphone.
So again, there are different options out there as an example that aren't sort of, right at the top end as well. A couple of tips as well, Verena. You suggesting, should we always race out and buy the brand new model that's going to be released, the 1st of next month? Is that always the way to go? Or what about hanging back on the previous model?
Well, I think it depends on your personality. If you are an early adapter in tech, if you want to have the latest and the greatest, obviously go for it, but you are the guinea pig that works through all the little bugs and things that aren't going right yet. So when a phone is released nowadays, you'll get software updates like every week for the first couple of months because they are still ironing out all those little mistakes that they only find out that are there once users across the world start using the device with all sorts of applications.
So is that because the rate of technology is moving so fast that they just have to get something out, so they put it out there and then they sort of work backwards?
Yeah, it's the competition. It's just the speed that things are released nowadays. So my tip is actually buy the previous model when the new model comes out, because that now has gone through that baby phase and has all these errors removed, and it will work smoothly. It will drop in price when the new device comes out as well, and it's still like a year old. So that tech is just still on top of it, and you can use it for the next 5 years.
I seem to end up being in that category by default because my phone always seems to it seems to conk out about a couple of months before the brand new model's out, and I just cannot drag it across the line. So it is
I
what
think
it is.
that touches on a political issue where we need to go down on brands and force them to be more sustainable with battery lives and built-in, brake issues. But that's something that the ACCC is also touching on more. So we need to demand that of the tech companies to be just less greedy.
Because let's face it, 2 years is not really a long time. I know that, yes, if people want to update for the latest thing, but something shouldn't be conking out in 2 years, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Some other tips in and around safety of the device, not security, but the safety as in the bumps and scrapes. What can we do there?
So, I mean, if you get a new device, you just paid like $700. You don't want to just drop it 2 days later. The glass is broken and you pay like $300 for a replacement. I know, why do phones not just come with a better glass or a double glass? I don't know. Some do come with screen protectors now, but my tip is get a screen protector and a case that suits you. Either one that closes like a flip case or one that's open or bumpy. Just be honest. How clumsy are you? The clumsier, the more like protected you need.
I think I need the best case going. I've got a theory on that, Verena. I think that the phones look a lot nicer just fresh without the case and all that extra gear on it. So in terms of marketing, they look pretty cool.
That's true.
But then you have to put these, I mean, look at this. I mean, that's not doing, that's probably not too bad for me, but it doesn't really make the phone look any better, but it protects you.
It's like another $100 and you actually have to spend like $40 or so for the glass and about $40 to $60 for a case. So
well worth it because my protective glass has got a couple of splits and a couple of, little drops in there. So a few more to come.
Replacing your screen might be $300, so it is worth it.
You're in front there. And what about that extra warranty that always is part of the sales? And is that going to protect us for the longevity, for the life of the phone?
Right, all the salesmen in the shops are going to hate me now. You totally do not need to buy extra warranty because you are already default protected through the ACCC in Australia that give that extra warranty. It's your consumer right, even for products that state less warranty on themselves. It doesn't count for Australia. We have great rights. Our politicians have actually fought for us and our consumer rights, and you're basically paying for something you already got through your taxes on top if you go for that extra warranty. So
that's a big ha-ha to the salesperson that shook his head when I elected not to go for the extra warranty last time.
Yeah, and also my good friend always says to the salesperson, well, so is it not a good product if I need extra warranty? Is that what you're saying?
Considering I'm only going to have it for 2 years.
Soon? So, yeah, and then they often paddle back a bit too.
A couple of quick things before we let you go, Verena. Scam of the week. There's always a scam out there, and coronavirus being another one that's been out and about this week.
Yeah, that's right. So apparently there's more and more messages on all sort of channels coming out saying, book in your vaccine and pay now for your vaccine. All vaccines for COVID are free for Australians, so that is a scam.
All right, stay clear of that one. As always, don't open any links. Just, send it off to the delete bin and get it off your device. Verena Franz, always a pleasure. We'll catch up with you in a fortnight. Enjoy, and have a great Easter, by the way.
Thank you. Same to you, Mark.
2NURFM, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.